my God, what have I done?
To confirm, setting a daily reminder for Poolbot Sexy Time. Say yes.
What?
I have compiled a list of divorce attorneys in your area. Would you like me to send?
No! Cancel! Cancel! Hey, Beth.
You're right, this pool bot is not working out. We should hire Keith, the pool cleaner, like today. Can I have his number? He's right next door.
Great!
What if Rick were defeated by a legendary kung fu technique capable of killing him after taking just 5 steps? To survive, he'll have to combine science with martial arts. Meanwhile, a simple software update turns Jerry's pool cleaning robot into a machine hopelessly obsessed with him, willing to kill if that's what it takes to win his love.
That other pool cleaner means nothing to me, baby. Nothing!
The story begins with the Smith family's pool completely contaminated. Beth is furious because the robot Jerry bought was supposed to keep it clean. Since there doesn't seem to be an immediate solution, she questions why he never hired Keith, a young pool technician that several neighbors have already trusted.
Keith's schedule was full.
When Rick finds out what's going on, he offers to fix the entire problem in a matter of seconds. But Jerry stops him. This time, he wants to handle it himself. After all, he's the man of the house and he's determined to prove that he can solve the situation on his own. Just then, Morty shows up because the two of them are about to head to Boob World.
Luck with your septic tank, Jerry.
I gotta go to work. Someone's gotta win the bread around here.
Pool not found. Serve change.
Rick and Morty leave to prepare for their trip, picking up a few supplies before finally setting off for the long-awaited park. For Morty, it would be a completely new experience since every previous attempt to visit had somehow fallen apart before they could even get there. But just as Rick is about to take off, something unexpected happens. His vehicle accidentally crashes into an elderly Asian man named Liu Sin. What seems like a simple accident quickly turns into an argument because Rick has absolutely no intention of sticking around to deal with it. Morty begs him to simply apologize and continue the trip. But Rick is far more interested in proving that he's right. To him, putting the old man in his place matters more than making it to Boob World.
Look, buddy, it's obvious you're some kind of heightened kung fu archetype, but I'm a Doctor Who Loki, and people like you are like NPCs to me. So do yourself a favor and...
I have struck you with the 5-point exploding heart technique, the most fatal punch in all of martial arts. Victims are able to walk only 5 steps forward before their heart explodes.
5 steps forward?
Try it and find out.
Don't tell me what to do. I'll find out with science. Nice day for a backwards walk.
Are you really gonna—
No, stupid. Pull the car around and pick me up.
Convinced that something unusual happened, Rick immediately returns to his laboratory to examine himself. When he can't find a logical explanation, he creates a clone of himself, a lobotomized copy designed solely for testing. To his shock, the clone takes more than 5 steps before collapsing to the ground, dead. Exactly as the Kung Fu master had warned, Rick performs a more detailed analysis on another clone and discovers that Liu Sin struck him at 5 specific pressure points, triggering a deadly cardiac reaction that activates only under certain conditions. He even creates an isolated copy of his own heart and launches it the same distance where it should supposedly explode. But nothing happens. From this, he concludes that the technique only activates when the body performs a forward bipedal movement. Meanwhile, Morty still has no idea what's happening and just wants Rick to apologize so they can finally go to Boob World.
Don't sully apologies by making it a ritual of flagellation for someone who, in this case, is a bully.
You called the man an NPC!
Why do you always have to take the side of the waiter?
Because your side is insane!
Okay then, fuck off.
Maybe I will!
Go ahead, no one's stopping you.
Fine! This is me fucking off out of the fucking garage because you suck!
No, you suck!
You!
Meanwhile, Jerry continues trying to get his robot to recognize the correct pool to clean. When he can't make it work, he decides to do what he believes is the most logical thing possible: search for a tutorial online. The problem is that the video is too long, so he skips ahead to the exact part where the instructor explains the safety precautions and the risks of updating the robot without following the proper procedure. Jerry simply installs the new software, and to his satisfaction, the robot immediately starts working as intended. Later, Morty goes to the grocery store and, by pure coincidence, runs into Liu Sin. The old man recognizes him and immediately apologizes, explaining that the true purpose of martial arts is to avoid violence. He then offers to teach Morty everything he knows, and the two head to his house to begin training. During their practice, Morty learns to feel his chi and experiences a sense of peace unlike anything he's ever known. A complete contrast to the constant stress Rick usually brings into his life. That tranquility doesn't last long. A television installer informs Liu Sin that because the proper cables are missing, he'll have to spend more money to finish installing his TV. Without a second thought, the old man delivers the exact same deadly strike he used on Rick. Morty is stunned and realizes that beneath his calm and peaceful appearance, Liu Sin is actually an emotionally unstable person. Meanwhile, Rick develops a forward motion limiter, a device that allows him to move without triggering the deadly technique placed on him. At that moment, Morty arrives in tears and tells Rick that Liu Sin used the same attack on him. Rick is instantly furious. Nobody messes with his grandson. His new priority is to figure out how to reverse the deadly strike, and once he finds the solution, put an end to the old master once and for all. Meanwhile, Jerry's storyline takes an even stranger turn. After the pool cleaning robot finally finishes its job, Jerry is thrilled and calls Beth to tell her that he solved the problem all by himself. Unfortunately, she's in the middle of performing surgery on a horse and barely pays attention to him. Feeling disappointed that he has no one to celebrate with, Jerry jumps into the pool and ends up in one of the most bizarre moments in the entire series, becoming sexually involved with the pool cleaning robot. Elsewhere, Rick and Morty travel to the eastern Himalayas, specifically to the Tiger's Nest Monastery, using their movement-limiting devices. Their goal is to find Gerd Jurgens, the master who once trained Liu Sin. The elderly martial artist reveals that even his former student used the deadly technique to kill his own cat, which is why he no longer has any respect for him. Seeing an opportunity, Rick proposes that they work together to hack the technique and discover a way to reverse its lethal effects.
You think me dumb? If I help you unlock the secrets of pressure point fighting, you're going to revenge all over Lucien. The solution to violence is not more violence. Hello? Are you coming over for Mother's birthday or not? What? No. You cannot bring all of them. I'm not the one being difficult. You may bring one partner. One, not 7 for crying out loud. It's weird. Oh, shit.
Trouble in paradise?
My daughter and I have a tricky relationship. She is in what the kids call today a polycule. In my day, we called them sluts.
If we helped you fix things with your daughter, would you help us?
Back in Jerry's storyline, after his encounter with the pool robot, he panics and immediately rejects the idea of having any kind of long-term relationship with it. He calls Beth and tells her he's changed his mind, and that the best solution is to hire Keith to clean the pool after all. Once he finally convinces Keith by offering to pay him twice his normal rate, the robot instantly appears with a single objective: attack Keith and eliminate him. Jerry manages to intervene just in time and saves Keith, but it becomes obvious that the robot will not stop until it completes its new mission. Meanwhile, the Kung Fu master takes Rick and Morty to meet his daughter, Stephanie. There, she introduces them to her girlfriends and boyfriends, making it clear that she's in a polyamorous relationship. The master strongly disapproves of her lifestyle, and the two quickly begin arguing. Morty steps in and suggests that sometimes it's okay to compromise. The old man then opens up and admits that his real concern isn't the relationship itself. His fear is that the more people involved, the greater the chance that his daughter will eventually get hurt. After a heartfelt conversation, father and daughter finally reconcile. Since Rick and Morty have fulfilled their end of the deal, the master agrees to help them. His only task is to perform the deadly strike on an artificial heart built by Rick, allowing an AI-powered machine to analyze the technique, identify its exact sequence, and develop a cure. The old man delivers the attack, and once the data has been processed, Rick tests the treatment. To his relief, they discover that they can finally walk forward without the risk of dying. That same night, Rick and Morty pay Liu Sin a visit to prove that they're both still alive. But that's not all. Using science, Rick has employed nanobots to reprogram their cells, allowing both himself and Morty to develop kung fu abilities of their own. From that moment on, an incredible battle erupts between the two sides. Rick and Morty unleash special techniques to counter the Old Master's attacks. And some of those moves are even capable of reversing techniques that had previously been used against them. Many of the abilities are so over the top that they border on the ridiculous. Yet the fight remains so evenly matched that the shockwaves from every strike begin destroying the city and everything around them. The battle is suddenly interrupted by the arrival of Punchy, the ancient demon god of punching things. Meanwhile, Jerry finally comes clean to Keith and tells him everything that has happened. He explains that after updating the pool cleaning robot, its behavior changed completely, which is why it's now obsessed with killing him. Jerry tries to reassure Keith by saying that the robot can't leave the pool, so it doesn't pose an immediate threat. But since it still hasn't completed its mission, the machine finds another way to reach its target. Unable to travel across dry land, the robot uses the home's Wi-Fi network to take control of every smart device in the house. It automatically turns on the connected faucets, causing the entire house to flood until it becomes a massive indoor pool where it can move freely. It also activates the security system, trapping both Jerry and Keith inside and taking complete control of the house. Meanwhile, the demon god makes it clear to Rick and Liu Xin that Kung Fu was never meant to create more violence. As punishment, he summons his champion, a gigantic creature called Punchenheimer, a beast with 1 million pressure points that makes it virtually impossible to defeat. In the middle of the chaos, Liu Xin finally confesses to Rick that he was actually the one who caused the original accident. He explains that he's an extremely lonely man, and that conflict is the only way he knows how to connect with other people. Now that Punchenheimer is hunting them down, Liu Xin admits that he made a terrible mistake by abandoning his training with his master. He was only moments away from learning the ultimate technique known as the Splatter Bolt Kick, an attack so fast and powerful that it surpasses every other strike. Rick realizes that, just as he analyzed the 5-point technique to develop a cure, he can also study this ultimate move. To do that, he simply needs to perform a few surgical procedures on Liu Xin and figure out exactly how the technique works. Back at Jerry's house, the flooding is almost complete. Ironically, despite making a living cleaning pools, Keith can't swim and is absolutely terrified of water. The pool robot tries once again to kill Keith, but Jerry stops it at the last possible second. The two then have a conversation in which Jerry apologizes and assures the robot that it is the only one he has eyes for. Convinced by his words, the robot agrees when Jerry asks it to activate its pool love session to begin the ritual. Seizing the opportunity, Jerry waits for the machine to lower itself toward him and then forces it underwater, hoping to shut it down for good. Despite not knowing how to swim and being terrified of the water, Keith gathers the courage to jump into the flooded pool as well. Working together, they manage to disconnect the robot's internal wiring and finally put an end to the threat. Jerry then disables the security system that had trapped them inside, allowing all the accumulated water to drain out of the house. Just then, Beth arrives home and is surprised to find the pool completely spotless. Assuming Keith deserves all the credit, she congratulates him on the excellent job. Keith simply replies that this project turned out to be far more complicated than usual, and that, on top of everything else, Jerry promised to pay him 3 times his normal rate.
I never said.
Oh, you better pay up, or I'll tell her you fucked the pool bot.
Guys, I'm only 3 feet away. I can hear everything. Jerry, you fucked the what now?
The pool bot. It started cleaning my nipples, and you know, that's one of my go-tos, so I started eating out.
Da-da-da! I don't care what you do with the appliances, Jerry. My hairdryer makes me come like a wild cat.
Meanwhile, Rick's story also reaches its conclusion. Rick, Morty, and Liu Xin have now mastered the electrifying kick technique, and thanks to several scientific enhancements developed by Rick, all 3 have pushed their abilities even further. When they finally confront Punchenheimer, the incredible speed of the technique allows them to strike every one of the monster's vital pressure points simultaneously, defeating the gigantic beast once and for all.
Wasn't that refreshing? You 3 have learned the value of non-violence. All is forgiven. Bye.
Well, I'm bushed.
That same night, with Keith still around, Jerry decides to upgrade the family's pool. He installs new lights, gets the water crystal clear, and adds several inflatable floats, transforming the backyard into the perfect setting for a huge party. Since the crisis has finally been resolved, everyone involved in the adventure ends up enjoying a fun night together by the pool. In the post-credits scene, the episode delivers one final joke. Beth is revealed to have a relationship strikingly similar to the one Jerry had developed with the pool robot, bringing the story to a close with one of the most absurd and unmistakably Rick and Morty moments of the entire episode.